In this video, we are going to learn about decorators, how we can use the decorators in Python, and what is the benefits of using decorators. Let's see. First, understand what is decorator. A decorator is a function that takes another function as input, adds extra behavior to it, returns the modified function without changing the original function codes. It means if we want to change a behavior in a function without modifying the function itself, then we can use the decorator. Let's understand why do decorators exist in Python. Because in Python, functions are first class objects. We can't modify the function, but if we want to change the behavior of that function, then we can do with help of the decorator. Let's understand how we can implement the decorator in Python. Let's suppose we have a function greet, print hello. But if we want to print before function execution, after function execution, it means we want to implement some other loggings. Then how we can do it without modifying this greet function? We can define a decorator function, and the decorator function takes function as an argument, and it wrap the function over a wrapper function. Like in the wrapper function, we are calling the function, and before the function calling, we print the before and after function execution and return the wrapper function. So decorator is a function that takes the function and change the behavior of that function and return the same function. When we call create as a function, then it simply calls this decorator function and this wrapper function, and it runs this wrapper function, and we are getting the output. That's how. Before function execution hello, and after function execution. Let's see if our normal function takes some of the argument, then how we can do with help of the decorator. Let's suppose if we have add function that adds two numbers a and b, and it takes two numbers, then return the addition of that two numbers. And if we want to print function is about to run and function has finished, this kind of logging without modify the original function, then we can use decorator with arguments. In the decorator with arguments, it takes only function and return the function, but it changes the behavior of that function. And how it can do, let's see. We are defining the wrapper function that takes args and keyword arguments. It is a list of arguments, and the list of keyword arguments that is takes in the original function, and the original function, and it passes same as the original function, and call this function add two numbers and return the print. Let me run this cell, and you can see the output. Function is about to run, function has finished running, and the final output is. If we want to calculate the total execution time of the function, then how we can build a timing decorator. If we have slow function and we implement a delay in that function, like 1 second of delay, and we want to check the total execution time of that function, then we can create a timing decorator that takes a function and wrap it like it calculate the start time and run the original function and calculate the end time, and calculate the total execution time, end time minus the start time. That will be the total execution time, and return the original result. So the decorator hasn't changed anything in the original function, just it calculate the timing after it noted the timing before the starting and after the execution, and finally calculate and print the output. So that's how we can use the timing decorator to calculate the total execution time. Now let's see the logging decorator. Like we have already discussed about the logging decorator. Just we need to apply a print statement before the function calling, and we can also do a after function calling, and it multiplies the two numbers. Authorization decorator and using function tool wraps. Let's see how we can use the function tool.wraps module. So we have built a preserved metadata decorator, and we have used the @wraps function. And what happens, like if we want to build a decorator and apply a decorator to a function, then it changes the behavior of that function. It adds some of the other behavior to that original function, but in the case we lost the metadata of the original function. But if we want to preserve the metadata of the original function, then we can use the wraps @wraps function. Then about the wrapper, then it preserve all the metadata of this function to the wrapper function, it provides all the metadata to the wrapper function, and once the wrapper function return, then it has all the metadata. Let me run this. So you can see example.name is example, and example.doc is, this is an example of the function. That's how we can preserve the metadata of the original function.